Welcome to the JAX USA Health and Biomedical Deep Dive. Jacksonville is considered America's health center due to so many assets right here in our region that lead to excellent jobs within a diverse number of career pathways in both clinical and non-clinical roles. Healthcare is broken up into several subsets of the industry. As you can see, individuals with strong STEM and IT interest could engage in the healthcare space. There are so many roles available in healthcare, which should dispel the belief that if you don't like needles or working directly with patients, that healthcare isn't the right career choice for you. In fact, industry professionals say a hospital is like a small city. There are so many roles that make the city function. Jacksonville has a wealth of healthcare employers and jobs. In fact, 1 in 6 jobs in this region is healthcare related. Hospitals are making an investment in research innovation and facility expansion. Did you realize that all of these assets have a lot of value to our regional economy? For example, Jacksonville is set to be a proton therapy capital of the U.S. 1 of 3 Mayo Clinics and 1 of 5 MD Anderson Cancer Centers are located right here in our region. And new healthcare facilities are being built throughout our 7-county region in Nassau, Clay, and St. Johns counties to accommodate growing need. Here's a sampling of our top healthcare employers in the region. And let me share with you some approximate employee numbers for these companies. Ascension St. Vincent, about 5,300 employees. Baptist Health, 11,000 employees. Brooks Rehabilitation, 2,000. Mayo Clinic, 6,000 employees. UF Health, 3,600 employees. Memorial Hospital, 1,800 employees. And Orange Park, with about 1,640 employees. When you think about that, that total count combined is over 31,000 employees just with these investors alone. Each employee represents someone on their career pathway in healthcare, and this can be you. The total industry jobs in healthcare in our region is 93,000 plus, according to our Jobs EQ data. These jobs are in patient care, research, life sciences, and healthcare administration, just to name a few. According to Jobs EQ, healthcare and biomedical jobs offer an average wage of over $62,000, and the majority of staff work as healthcare and technical practitioners, with the remaining staff in support and office administrative support. The number of regional jobs in healthcare is 5% above the national average in our region, with almost a 3% positive growth expected. So again, there are so many opportunities available for you in the healthcare career pathway. Here you'll see a word cloud of an amazing number of industry jobs, such as home health aide, medical secretary, patient representative, healthcare analyst, research protocol specialist, and chemical technologist. These jobs exist in the healthcare industry sector. And don't forget about x-ray techs, patient schedulers, patient advocates. The opportunities abound in healthcare. Top 5 patient care industry careers can be seen on your screen. Again, these are not the only occupations available in healthcare, but these are the top 5 here in Northeast Florida, and they range from registered nurse through licensed practical nurse. And again, you may want to enter the industry in one of these roles, but you can always continue to build your skills and transition into other occupations within the industry. For example, you may want to use some of those skills and get into one of the non-clinical industry careers that you see on your screen, ranging from medical secretary to clinical lab tech. You can also think about the major shift that's occurred in the business aspect of healthcare to include the digitization of patient care records. So office managers and IT professionals are creating and implementing brand new systems to better store and house the information they have. And they're using the cloud to do that, for example. Also, the trend toward telehealth requires professionals who understand both pieces of the puzzle, the actual clinical language, diagnostics, and treatment of health issues, as well as those who can create the technology structure, for example, creating apps and other related services. So as you see, the opportunities are definitely abounding here in Northeast Florida. The biomedical industry is another important subset of healthcare here in our region. with average annual wages at near $82,000 and job growth hovering around 19%. This is a great long-term talent pipeline opportunity for you as well, because we're projecting need both now and in the future. There are great biomedical roles in which you can analyze labs, you can conduct research, and use data to make decisions related to global and social health issues. Great way to impact your community. Florida is home to 10% of all biotech companies, and right here at home, companies like Mayo Clinic, Medtronic, Zimmer Biomet, KLS Martin, McKesson, UF Health Proton Therapy Institute, Mech Labs Institute, Johnson & Johnson, and Baptist MD Anderson are located in North Florida. Again, giving you all sorts of great opportunities right here in our very region. As you see on your screen, we have a great quote from Brian Hultgren at Mayo Clinic here in our region. Again, reiterating, we're always thinking about how we push the practice of medicine forward. Medicine requires innovation, best practices, problem solving, and great patient care. All of these things move this industry. And if this is an industry you'd like to help move forward, you can certainly benefit your community in a very meaningful way. Let's look closely at a couple of jobs that are available here in our region, and medical assistant is one of those. According to Jobs EQ data, the average wage for a medical assistant is $33,700 with a forecasted occupational growth of 2.5%. And again, that's really good when considering available opportunities in this occupation. Medical assistants are employed in physicians' offices, general medical and surgical hospitals, outpatient care centers, and continuing care retirement communities and assisted living facilities. Data illustrates that those in medical assisting typically have a 2-year certificate or degree as their entry-level education. Another occupation we'll take a look at is clinical laboratory technologists and technicians. You'll see that combined, they have almost 1,600 jobs here in our region with another positive forecasted annual growth and an average wage at a little over $48,000. Those employed doing lab work are found in general medical and surgical hospitals, physicians' offices, medical and diagnostic labs, outpatient care centers, and sometimes they'll even work for security and international affairs or at colleges and universities. The difference between a medical technician and a medical technologist is that the technician is limited to perform only routine testing duties, and medical technologists are going to oversee the technician's work, and they're going to perform more specific tasks such as genetic testing. And they're also going to deal with samples that maybe present an unusual diagnostic challenge. But both are preparing tissue samples and slides, and the information that they obtain allows physicians to help diagnose and treat their patients. Let's take a look at some 2020 announcements that were made here at JAX USA Partnership. And for Kira, as you see on your screen, was one of those announcements. They announced 115 new jobs, and they're actually a leader in document management and HIPAA compliant communication for home health and hospice organizations. They help coordinate patient care, digitize documentation, and manage care transitions. So this could be a company you may wish to work for in the healthcare space. And we mentioned this earlier, but $1.3 billion in capital investments are planned for future healthcare projects. We told you that growth was going to be occurring in this space and investments were being made, but that is astounding when you think about the level of investment being made by healthcare facilities here in our region. And when they're making that kind of investment, they also need talented individuals to work in their field and serve their patients. Let's take a look at the Career Pathways website that we make available to you here at JAX USA Partnership, and that website is called EarnUp. You can find it at earnup.org. The pathway slides are going to appear under the Career Pathways portion. You'll see that on your upper right of the screen in that green rectangle. If you click on that, you'll be taken to the Health and Biomedical section of the website. Once you're on that website, you will see that we have what we call a hype video. It's a really fun 1.5-minute video that gives you some great information about the health and biomedical career pathway right here in our region. Gives you some great information so you can make solid decisions about this as your possible career pathway. You'll also see that we feature industry reports. We have a report for the patient care side of health, so the clinical side of health, the business side of health, which is the non-clinical side, and then biomedical. So each report will show you occupational and wage data, give you statistics on the number of people employed in this region, and if you look at our pathway documents, it's going to highlight for you the way that you can enter the occupation. You'll also see spotlight on success stories. These stories really bring the profession to life. These are people that live and work right here in our region. They showcase what they love about their jobs, and they provide some excellent advice for those thinking about going into the healthcare space. As I mentioned with the pathway, we provide a great visual for you to kind of start thinking about where you could enter into the pathway. You'll see that we've color-coded the various levels of education and programs that you could take advantage of right here from our state colleges and universities in Northeast Florida, and then what those levels of education translate to as far as jobs and average annual wages. And again, this information is all based on what's going on right here in our region. Wage data, employment data is not looking at what's going on in the rest of the state or the rest of our country. This information is specific to Northeast Florida. And once again, when you're looking at the website, you'll see some testimonials of individuals that live and work right here in our region, as well as the health and biomedical companies that are shown here. And if you click on any one of those company logos, you'll be directed to their company website where you can learn more about products and services, get a feel for the company culture, and also look at their careers page for some additional ideas. And finally, here at JAX USA and EarnUp, we are wishing you the absolute best in your educational and career endeavors. We hope that this information has been useful to you in considering a career pathway in the healthcare space. There are so many options to consider, but that's what makes this target industry in Northeast Florida so fantastic. Thank you.